Hi there, my name is Chibiyuto, but I'm also known as Alex. No, seriously. My name is Alex, but I'm also known as Chibiyuto, and welcome to another video review of Clamp's Doujinshis. This time, I'll be doing the review for Doujinshi number 11, and it's none other than Shoten number 2. We've seen the review for Shoten number 1 a few videos ago, and this is the continuation of it. Some of the stories that we've seen here features the same characters that appear on Shoten 1, and this is going to happen for the other Shotens that I'm going to review as well. So there's always the same set of characters that are in different situations. This doujinshi was released on Christmas Day, so December 25 of 1988. And because of that, the whole book is Christmas themed. It is a very thick book, as you can see, with a little over 200 pages. And as usual, we are going to see that for the other Shoten books as well. Clamp are putting the highest efforts on Shoten, which is an original work. So they really wanted to show the readers all the dedication and all their talent as book designers, let's put it this way. So for this one, not only the cover and back cover orientation is horizontal, but also there's this very fancy and transparent soft cover, which really gives a nice and classy touch, which is something not very usual to do for a doujinshi. This is really high class and really another level doujinshi making. This was also the last doujinshi released by Clamp from that year of 1988. The following year, they would debut around April as professional mangakas. So without further ado, let's go to the review. So this is the front cover. This is the back cover. I'm not sure who drew which one because they don't say it. Usually they say, but for this one they didn't. I would assume that the front cover was drawn by Leeza Sei. It's very much her style, while the back cover must have been drawn by Mokona Papa. It is a guess of mine, but if anyone knows, do let me know. So we have here an acetate soft cover, so you can remove it, and for just to make my life easier here for this review, I will remove it. But you can see that it is printed on this acetate soft cover. So, oh, and let me show you the spine first. So here's the spine. It says Shoten number 2, and the usual Shoten, it's nothing serious. 1988, wintering. So I will remove the acetate cover. So here is what it looks like on the back side. It says Christmas present because it was released on December 25th of 1988. It's a pretty fancy, pretty cool soft cover. And here is what the book looks like without the soft cover. There is some text here. I'm not sure what it is. It's probably a message from Clamp. There's a Christmas tree here. This couple is celebrating Christmas, and this family is also celebrating Christmas. And the spine doesn't say anything anymore because everything's written on the soft cover. Okay, so when we open it, we also have this transparent paper. It's very similar to Shoten number 1. There's also something exactly like this, and also the couple that is featured is also Yasha and Taishakuten, Yasha-ou and Taishakuten. So they repeated this here. Instead, this time it says Shoten 2, of course. Then we have something very, I think it's the first time they do this, which is like a spread. You can open it. Here it says Shoten. It's a nice thing because here it's all drama, and then there's the comedic side of things with characters wearing sunglasses. And we also have on the back side as well, there is also an illustration. This one is by a story from Mick Nikoi, so this was probably drawn by her. And here we have a music index. This is very interesting because since this was released on Christmas, the main theme for this book is Christmas. So the chapter titles all have Christmas songs names. Some of them are from Japanese singers, and some of them are from non-Japanese singers. Some of them I really don't know, but I think it's interesting that they use this theme. Even the cover is based on a song called White Christmas from Frank Sinatra. So this one they use the White Christmas from Frank Sinatra as an inspiration. The back cover is based on a song called Dance to Christmas. I don't know what it is, but that's what it says. So it's pretty cool, and the index, it's on the very last page instead of the beginning. Okay, so here we go. The first story, it's called Roses and Non-Fiction. Supposedly this is also a Christmas song I'm not familiar with. This one was drawn by Mokona Apapa. Here we have Okawa Utako, and you might remember some of the characters are repeating from the previous Shoten, so they really were making more new stories with the same set of characters. And it's interesting to notice that each member had their own set of characters, so you probably will not see Okawa Utako in another member's story. It might happen. If that happens, I apologize, but from what I can feel from these stories and looking at them, they always work with the same set of characters. And we have the sun coming up here, making everything brighter. So it's a very long story. It's the opening, and also following that trend that I mentioned in my previous video, where Mokona Papa usually does the opening story or the closing story, and that the case here, she did the opening story. We have the arrival of Nokoru here. He comes with these two ladies, but then it's over. This is the end of it. Then we have this story by Soshi Hishika. And I must say one thing about this former clan member. Her name sometimes changes. Sometimes it is listed as Sohi or Soshi Hishika. And sometimes it's Soshi Hishi. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, Soshi Hisagi. So I don't really know why this happens. I guess she would it's either some Romanji error, or she just decides to change her pen name from one book to another. I don't really know, but it's always the same person, but sometimes her name would appear differently. So in this one, for example, she is credited as Soshi Hisagi, but it's the same one as the same Sohi Hishika. It's a very hard name for me to pronounce. So she is a former clan member. She makes a pretty long story too, and as you can see, the characters are different from the first story, And also, none of these characters appear in later Clamp works. So none of these characters would feature later, which is also something important just to keep in mind, that the members that left the group, they took their characters with them. And this is something that you can really feel by seeing these doujinshis. Okay, that's here. Then we have an illustration by Shinya Omi. Another yaoi do check, which is, I would assume it's something like a quiz, and or more like a rank where you can make points from 0 to 25. Before, I used to think that this was based on how many points you make. You could compare yourself to one of the members, but this changes from book to book, so I don't know if this represents how many points they made, each of the members, or if it's just what I thought originally, which is how many points you make, you can compare yourself to one of the members. I really don't know, but it's something they really like. They do it every time. Then we have a story by Okawa Nanase. This one, what a wonderful word, and it's based on a song. I'm gonna put some of the songs that I found out on the description of the video, so if you would like to check, it will be there, okay? Well, assuming they all are on YouTube, of course. So it's a novel by Okawa Nanase, and I would assume that this was illustrated by her as well, because there is no credit elsewhere. So there's no way to tell that another member did it. It could have been done by Leeza Sei, because it looks like her style, but it also could be by Okawa Nanase. It's very rare to see her drawing something. She doesn't draw anything anymore, but this could be, because I've seen other contributions in future doujinshis by Okawa, and this style here really looks similar to those, so I would assume this was drawn by Okawa, but I also wouldn't be surprised if some other member drew it for her. But this time we don't have a credit for it, so it could be or could not be. So this is the couple that we have seen in previous ads for Shoten number 2. So I guess it's from it's those two. They look similar, so maybe yes. Then we have a crossword puzzle over here, and in the middle you have Shoten. Here we have a free talk. It's I love the English here, free talk, but it means free talk. And here it says, Kono peiji no irustu ga Christmas present no panel desu. I love the mix of English and Japanese. It seems that these are fan arts, because they don't look like clamp art at all. So I would assume that these were presents that they received from fans at the time, so they already had some fans, and this is a free talk from Clamp. Here we have another illustration by Shinya Omi. She is also a former Clamp member. Over here we have a story by Seina Nao, former Clamp member as well. It's called Paradox March. We've seen this two guys on previous stories as well, and since she left Clamp, we never see these characters again. So it's also another one of those situations that I mentioned, that the characters, the former members, they bring the characters with them when they left Clamp. Okay, so it's also a very long comic. Oh, we have a kiss here. And it ends here. This is I think it's a 2-part story, because there's a number 2 later from Leeza Sei. Yeah, it's a very short one, probably. Oh, there it is. Just 2 pages. Then we reach the middle part. It's the usual news staff page. So I don't know who this couple is. Oh, they're mentioning Ducleon here. I wonder, but it's not Gakuen Tokei. This first kanji is not from Gakuen Tokei. It might be the early concepts of Ducleon. This is interesting. So here we have the staff page. They were still 11 at the time, so each member chose a character, and here it says Ducleon in the bottom, as you can see. I wonder if this was an early version of Ducleon. I really don't know. This is a new section, so they were talking about things that happened with them. So these are the Clamp members. Recommendations, book, probably. I don't know if that's book recommendations. Here there's a cute illustration of them. Some of them were working while others were drawing. Oh, sorry, sleeping. The Clamp members. Okay. Then we have a list of events. The list of sold out works, pretty much from 1 to 8. Doujinshi from 1 to 8 were all sold out, apparently. So they were very successful. Yeah, so it's a lot of miscellaneous. And there's something here about future, which I wish I could understand what it says. Then we have a story by Tamayo Akiyama. It's called Refrain. Thinking better, this back cover really could be by both Tamayo and Mokona, because their style were very similar one to another. They really influenced each other. Quite a long comic as well. Oh, another kiss. Yeah, that's it. Then we have a novel by Satsuki Igarashi. And here again, these illustrations might have been drawn by Satsuki. Since we don't know her style, it could be, or it could be another member who did it for her, since that happened already before, but it's not credited here as well. So it looks a little like Leeza Sei or Tamayo Akiyama. It could be from either one of them, or even Satsuki. I don't know. Then we have Okyon. She's not known for doing very long stories, so just these 2 pages. Then Migne Koi. Even though she's a current Clamp member, we never saw again these characters, and we've seen them in previous stories. So I don't know why we never saw them again. So these are the couple. This is the couple from the the color page, this one here, it's them. Okay, so you have the dog. Oh, the dog is not here. Oh, that's the dog, and the same dog that appears in the story. It's quite a longish comic as well for Miknekoi. And that's it. This is an ad for Doujinshi called Dominion, and it's all Miknekoi works. So it's a compilation of all of her solo works. It's called Best Selection, and it's called Dominion. I really should get my hands on this. Then we have a novel by Kazue Nakamori. She's a former Clamp member as well. I love the texture of this page. It's really nice. I don't know if you can see it. It's not your regular paper. And I would assume this illustration was drawn by her as well. And I love the logo here. It's a pretty longish novel. Takes several pages. This page is for ads, so ads from other doujinshi circles that would feature Clamp members. Say Nanao is here, Nanase Okawa. Then we have a story by Leeza Sei, Itsuno Manika. Yeah, because she did those two short stories here. But we know Leeza Sei, she's a real drawing machine, so she got later a bigger comic. And we've seen these guys, the suit guys, before, and it's another story with them. I don't know if it's if it has anything to do with combination, which is a work that she is the main artist. So it's a very long comic, and I think it's the last one. So also going with the trend of Leeza Sei and Mokona Papa either opening or closing the book with their stories. Yeah, it's a very, very long comic. And this is a very funny thing because I don't really know what's going on, but the guy wakes up and he sees scratches on his back, and nothing is said about it, but readers can really take their own conclusions, right? But then there is an extra comic or something like that, an omake or omake, I don't know what it is, which gives, yeah, it ends here, it officially ends here, the story. But then there's this extra or bonus, yeah, it's omake, which gives an alternative ending where there's a cat making the scratches, because we can't really see the cat here, and so I thought it was a very funny thing to do. So yeah, Leeza Sei closes the book. This is the index that I told you in the beginning. And here we have a bye bye matane, little pig. So that's it. I hope you like Shoten 2. Thanks for watching the video, and in case you don't know, I have a website about Clamp. The address is chibiyuto.com. I would love if you can pay me a visit there. Until next time, bye!